Well, welcome back to VelOhio, and welcome to a beautiful morning here in the world famous Homer, Ohio, situated between Cleveland and Columbus, a little bit north of Newark. And we are here for the 2025 Homer Gravel Grinder. That is stop 5 in the 2025 Ohio Gravel Race Series. I feel like I'm in retrovision a little bit after completing the entire 2023 Gravel Race Series. I did not compete in a single event last year, so it's nice to get myself back involved. As far as this location, this is sort of taking the place of Baiting the Shark, which was in Frazeysburg. That's no longer a part of the series, and I believe that this is the first year that the Homer Gravel Grinder has been part of it. It's under the banner of Greenswell, which is sort of under the banner of HFP, but Greenswell is near and dear to me for being a great promotion for triathlon events, and I did their multi-sport gravel duathlon last year. My focus this year has really been on the 12-hour time trial event, so I'm happy to get back out and do something a little bit different. You know, get off those aero bars and just jump onto some, aero bars. So what's the equipment today? Well, nothing too different from what I've used in the past. Still the Van Dessel ADD. Perhaps the biggest change from 2 years ago is that I've gone to 1x. And just for this year, I do have a 44 tooth chain ring, a little bit higher top speed. And I guess with the course today, there's only going to be 2,400 feet of climbing for the 60 miles. Because I'm not in the series per se, all my pacing strategies 2 years ago were to get the best time possible. Today, I'm actually going to try to win. Now, what gives me all the confidence to do that? Well, because I don't really care about my standing in the series, and because, like a true wimp, I'm only doing the 30. The 60 miler is 2 laps of the same course, and since I haven't been going gravel crazy this year, I decided, you know, let's have some fun. Let's pace things a little bit differently. Just go crash and burn. Well, don't crash and burn, but just go all out, try to stay with the front, try to win that war of attrition and see if we can maybe pick up a W in the 30-mile category. Now, I thought the race was going to start at 8:30, which means I have plenty of time, but I think I just overheard that the race is kicking off here at 8. So I'm going to go get myself ready, maybe one last potty stop. It's kind of funny to look around. This isn't your daddy's gravel anymore. Everyone's on 2.2-inch tires, and I don't know. You know, 5 years ago, you would still see like converted cyclocross bikes. Gravel is here, and I think gravel's here to stay. A lot of nice bling out there today. I'm not going to keep the handheld on the bike during the race, but I'll try to capture some race footage for you. And yeah. Let's see if I can attack it. There's not a lot of climbing, right? But there's going to be one punchy climb at mile 5, one at mile 12, and one at mile 17. So if I'm in fact fit enough to implement any sort of race pace strategies, I'm going to try to kick it there to separate myself if I'm in a group. All right, get a little warm up. Let's get ready for action. Counting down the seconds until we get started here, and I'm here with friend of the channel, Mickey. Mickey's about to smoke it out here today. He said he's gonna start off at 400 watts and then slowly creep it up closer to 500.
Peak at 1,000 eventually.
Peak at 1,000. And then when mile 2 comes, we'll see what happens.
I'll die.
So right off the gun here, the pace is high. We've got the 30 milers and the 60 milers going off together. And of course, my intention is to stay with the front group. Oh, look at that guy. My intention is to stay with the front group as long as I can, whether it's a mix of 30s or 60s or all 60 milers, because I don't want to have to pull my own weight this whole time. I'm looking to draft as much as possible. It's never too late for your first mistake of the race, so maybe 1 mile in, 1 mile in here, I'm off the side and into the gutter. Apparently I forgot how gravel works, but I hopefully will remember shortly here. So following that little mistake, it was enough for the elite group just to get a gap in on me, so now we've got a lot of work to do just to catch back up to them. All of them working together, even though they're not working as hard as they can. They certainly are faster than me, but I am positive at this point that I am elbow deep in my aero bars and probably 175 beats per minute, just struggle bussing to get back up to that lead group. Slowly but surely reeling them back in, but it's a lot of effort and a lot of matches that I didn't want to have to burn about 3 miles into this race. Utilizing the slowdown here in the turn to actually make contact again, and I can finally start to draft a bit.
Alright, so here's that first.
Yeah, you can hear me. 5 miles in, they dropped me, so I got 5 miles of tow, and I'm not sure how much it helped. So, once again, gap in front, gap behind. About a group of 7 caught up to me after a few minutes here, so I hopped in with them. I was hurting at that moment, so I was happy to sit on, but I want to prove to them that I'm a guy worth keeping around, so once it's my turn, I am going to let them peel off, and I'll go up to the front and take on our turn. Time to finally work again here. I'm not going to do anything crazy. My FTP is, I don't know, 245, so I'm probably just sitting in on the front end about 245. Not trying to attack or get any distance in on these guys, just trying to do my share of the work. As far as I know, we are group 2 on the road, and I think there's about 6 or 7 of us sharing the front responsibilities pretty evenly at this point. These descents were pretty tame, nothing too terrifying, nothing compared to what you encounter at Black Fork. So the wolf pack is getting larger. We're starting to build up to a baker's dozen, and it looks like a couple of the Mad Cow, Fat Bike, mountain bike group are working their way in at this point. So this is the climb at mile 12. We've got the fat bikers off to the side, and even though they're pushing some rolling resistance, they have rigid forks on their tubeless jumbo jam, so those things move pretty well. I wouldn't be surprised if those were under 25 pounds. Looks like we're getting pretty stretched out, but there's about 13 or 14 of us. I am kind of happy to sit at the back because I'm not going to attack on mile 12 here. I'm going to wait for that hill at mile 17. that descent, and as we spit out onto the road, we're probably at about mile 15 and a half. I used that descent to advance my position within the group a little bit, and I'm going to continue to do that on the road. This woman up here, actually on the S-Works, she and I are going to pull up to the front. So, mile 17, she and I are 1 and 2 in that 13 to 14 person group. When we take this left, this is my last chance in the race, in my opinion, to get a gap, the last punchy climb. So this is as hard as I can go for about 10 seconds, followed by, I don't know, a 2-minute VO2 max effort. And I am well down into the aero bars. I got to be moving along at about 31, 32 miles an hour here. Suicide mission, exactly. I haven't dared to look back behind me yet. So those are 2 lone riders. Well, there's no such thing as 2 lone riders, but
to pull the next 14 miles, so and I gapped everyone. Holy shit.
so I did get the gap. I didn't bring anyone with me.
Nobody came with me. I was hoping I would pull like 3 with me.
Yeah, if I had 3 with me, then we could work together. The fact that I'm catching these 2 people is great, in the sense that I'm going fast, but if I'm catching them, it means that I'm not sure if they're strong enough to stay with me if I, put a dig in on them. So I'm so exhausted from that move that I'm actually just going to sit in with them and see what happens. In fact, I'm pretty sure as I turn around here, I see that the group of 13 that I've left behind are coming back up to make contact. So what do you do? Well, if you're me, you have aero bars, you have a paved downhill, I'm going to attack again, and I'm going to see if I can tuck down, and I don't know. They let me go that first time, maybe they'll let me go again. So I am in 44.11, aero bars, downhill, attacking again. Now if they catch me, I'll pretend like I was just putting in a strong pull. And if they don't catch me, this is my winning move here. Speaking of winning moves, I actually don't know where I am, because there could be 30 milers, off the front in that group that I lost contact with. I guess I'm assuming that I'm the strongest 30 miler out there, but I could be in first place for the 30s, I could be in 8th place for the 30s, I sort of have no idea. I just know that I want to get to the finish line first out of this last dirty dozen. Turn around, yep, that move did not work at all.
Thanks, buddy.
He says, nice pull, D. Nolan. Oh, God.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, time to sit back and recover. Shot of the racing Ralph there. The gravel wasn't too treacherous, but I do feel like I could have dropped a PSI or 2. All right, so we're about 30 miles into the 31 miles here, and I know that once we get off this gravel, it is my last chance to try to get a gap. So what I see is that my friend in the multicolored shirt, he's off the front. I make another attack, and I kind of yell at him as I go by, like, "Are you doing the 30?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Then let's go." So at least I had a teammate here going off the front. So it was a false flat. Yeah, here we are hammering at the front. Once I felt like he couldn't pull anymore, of course, you know, you're friends till you're not. So Thieves Alliance, I go off the front. And here's my big mistake. I know that I've got about 200 meters left, but I don't know where the left turn is to go into the finish line. And right where the left turn is supposed to be is right next to these two cyclists in this police car. I'm like, am I going around this guy? Am I going by the police car? You can hear me freewheeling now. I don't even know where I'm supposed to go. I know the finish line is here. Oh, and I get snaked. I get snaked right at the end. So he's clearly doing the 30. So I come in. Whatever place I was, I just lost one. It hurt my feelings a little bit, but I actually spoke with him later. He said he had reconned the course yesterday.
Hell yeah. Nice work. Yeah, same man. Oh man. Yeah, I just saw it coming. I tried to make like 5 moves and then act like, oh, I'm just pulling, you know. I'm like, everyone's so strong, jeez. Were they doing 60? There were a few people that had hydration packs on, so I would guess.
So ultimately, after all the carnage and after the dust settled, there was one rider that had survived and stayed with that front group who was doing the 30 mile. So he was well and truly out of my mind. That guy on the fat bike that passed me at the finish line did not pass me for first. He basically passed me to get second, putting me in third. But in his mad cow fat bike integrity, he registered in the fat bike category. So with that one off the front, that did get me second place in the race.
Well, bad news is, Toshi, you're still in third place. Good news is, second place overall is Daniel Nolan. Good job, Daniel. All right, first place, male overall 30, Jason Lehman. There you go, Jason. Thank you. All right, let's do some division winners here. All right.
Awesome. Get together, guys.
Do some females here. Amy Krebs. Amy, division winner.
There she is.
Joanna Ridge.
So this is the first time that I've actually ever done this play-by-play during my video. And why did I choose that this was the video to do it in? Well, because I shot this after the fact. I don't know if any of you guys have more ancient GoPros out there. I have a GoPro Hero 8 Black Edition where you have to get that media mod, which plugs in via the USB-C connection, and it, you know, reduces wind noise and it improves the microphone a little bit. That USB-C also. So as I was recording my post-race breakdown here, it didn't capture any audio, which is kind of a shame to me because I had all the juices flowing and all the details of the race were at the tip of my tongue. I think it's about time that I upgrade my camera anyway. So if any of you guys out there have experience with maybe the Instago 360 or some of the newer competitors that hopefully are, you know, putting GoPro on their toes and making them up their game as well. But so this is about the most fun I've had in any race that I've done. You know, I love triathlons, I love time trials, but strategy's pretty low in those races. Cyclocross is just too much chaos. So this had the pack mechanics of a road race mixed in with kind of the chaos of a gravel race. So it really met me in the middle where I think some of my strengths lie. I do think that some of the reason I had so much fun is that I wasn't just running my own race by the numbers in the background, just trying to get a good overall place, but I was willing to risk the biscuit to go for the win, and hey, it got me second place. My first ever podium in a gravel race. Hope you guys enjoyed this race recap. Please check out this event next year. Let's keep these local races going, give them support, give them lots of coverage and lots of visibility. See you in the next one. Thanks so much.